It's February, and with Valentine's Day just a few days away, love and romance are in the air for many people. But a recent report suggests that people over 50 are rapidly becoming victims of online romance scams, taking not only their money, but also their hearts. The AARP Fraud Network says 11 million adults who are over the age of 50 are at risk for these scams that can net up to $1.4 billion a year. I spoke with Amy Nofziger, Senior Director of Fraud Victim Support at AARP, about how you can protect yourself from these online scams. Why is this happening to people who are older, and what are some of the patterns of these scams that these scam artists are using?
So, some of the patterns that we're seeing today are it's not always starting as a romantic relationship. It's actually starting as like a new friendship. So, perhaps you're on social media and you're on a soap opera's fan page, and you might start communicating with someone that has a similar interest. Then it turns a little flirtatious, a little romantic, and a little bit more personal. Another trend that we're seeing is that these criminals are encouraging their targets to invest in cryptocurrency. So they'll say something like, oh, well, I was able to retire early or take this great trip because I made money in cryptocurrency. You know, my cousin, he's an expert. He can train you as well. So they're encouraging victims to invest in these fraudulent cryptocurrency platforms.
It's bad enough that this is happening to people in the wallet, but it's also hitting them in the heart when they find out that whom they've been speaking to isn't who they said they were, and their money's being stolen for them. Why are so many people who are over the age of 50 hesitant to report being taken in by one of these scams?
Because for some reason in our society, we blame the victims of these financial crimes, and the blame needs to be put wholly on the perpetrator that stole the money from this person. So if anyone in your life comes to you and says, hey, I think I was a victim of a scam, lead any conversation with kindness and empathy and support them. Support them to report it. And the one thing we found is that 55% of the people who had money stolen in these romance scams never reported it. And law enforcement needs to know about these scams. So support your loved one and your friends when they're reporting it.
What are some red flags?
Certainly, the biggest red flag of all is that they ask you for money or personal information or to invest in cryptocurrency. If you hear any of those three things, it's 100% a scam, full stop. Stop communicating with them. Other things that we've heard is that they love bomb you. They shower you with love and affection and text you all the time. And who doesn't want to feel, wanted and special? They will also ask you to keep the relationship a secret. They'll say, oh, hey, babe, let's just not tell anyone about our relationship yet, right? That's just for them to keep you in their web of lies. And also, they'll ask you to move off of the platform that they're using. So they'll ask you to move to an encrypted app. Some of the names we hear are Telegram, WhatsApp, Signal. So they'll quickly ask you to move off that site.
So what can someone do if they have realized they've been scammed?
First and foremost, you need to report it, right? This is after you stop communication, but you need to report it. And especially if you've lost money or personal information, report it to your local law enforcement. You can call us on the Fraud Watch Network helpline. I can give that number. It's 877-908-3360. But we need victims to come forward and share their experiences so we can learn from them and help shut down these criminals.